hopefully you've just done your 10 leg lifts. Now we'll lift the ribs up and over, come into our side bend, finding flexibility through the spine, and bend the knees and come down. Watch us still stable through the shoulder as you come up and over, lifting the ribs up towards the ceiling and then lowering yourself down again. We've got one more of those. Lifting up and over and back down again. All right, coming into a leg pull back. We've got the knees bent, we've got the hands just behind you. Fingertips are facing the feet. If that's uncomfortable on your wrist, you could turn the hands to face out or even backwards. We're going to try and keep the elbows nice and close together. Feet hip distance apart. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to exhale. You're going to squeeze through the glutes and lift up into a reverse bridge. So we're working the back line of the body this time. Again, glutes and hamstrings, but getting a nice stretch through the shoulders too. And then slowly lower down. Squeeze to lift up. And slowly lower down. Lift. And lower. And again, lift. And lower. Let's do 3 more. 2. On this next one, stay at the top. And we're just going to do a little elbow bend. Bend and straighten, a little bit more tricep work. 2. 3, we'll do 8. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Okay, going back to your band, you can find your band and place the band around the ball of one foot. And then just slowly lower yourself down. I'm going to go into a little bit of hamstring stretching and hip mobilization, always good in cycling. To start with, I've got the non-band leg bent, the band leg straight. Just check your pelvis is in a neutral position, meaning you've got that little gap in your lower back, your hip bones and pubic bone are level with each other. And you're just going to exhale and reach the leg up towards the ceiling without losing the space in your lower back. So don't press, if you press your lower back down into the mat, your leg will come much closer and you'll feel more flexible, but you're not really stretching your hamstring there, you're stretching your spine. So take the pelvis back to its neutral position and draw the leg in towards you as far as it will go. And then lower, exhale, lift. Lower and lift, keeping the ankle, the knee and the hip in line with each other. And we're here, we're just working on flexibility in the hamstrings, which can get very tight for a lot of us. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Stay at the top, see if you can straighten the floor leg. If your hamstrings are very tight, you might not get it all the way straight. Let's see what you can do, trying to keep the pelvis neutral. Then push the ball of the foot up into the band, and then flex the foot again. Push the ball of the foot up into the band, and flex the foot. One more time. Flex the foot. And then we're going to do some leg circles. So take the leg across your body, all the way around and back up to the top. Just breathe as you need to. We'll do 5 in each direction. Working on hip flexibility, hamstring strength. Oh, I've lost count. One more, and we'll go in the other direction. We're also working on pelvic stability. So the pelvis is not rocking and rolling all over the place while you do this. Your abdominals are working to keep the pelvis still as the leg moves. So it's that disassociation again. Alright, from there, just bend the knee, put the other foot in the band. Start with the non-band leg bent, the band leg straight along the floor, and check your pelvis is in a neutral position and you haven't hoiked the band hip up towards you. Make sure the hips are even. And then exhale the leg up towards the ceiling, finding a hamstring stretch. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And again. And again. Watch the knee that is bent, is not wobbling around all over the place. Try and keep it in alignment. Stay at the picked up on the next one and see if you can straighten that floor leg. Alright, and from here push the ball of the foot up into the band and flex the foot. Push, opening up the front of the ankle as you push the ball of the foot up, flexing the foot, getting a stretch in the calf as well. And then last one of those, and then we've got our leg circles. So pelvis still, leg goes across the body, all the way around back up to the top. And again, so mobilization of the hip joint. One more this way, stabilization of the pelvis. Other direction. And then we're going to go into some bridging, which will work the hamstrings and the glutes. Last one, bend the knee. Just put the band to the side, bend both knees. Your feet are in line with your sit bones. Your knees are pointing straight up to the ceiling, and your ankles are underneath your knees. So watch your knees are not together or apart. Okay? And from here, arms reach down by your side. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to exhale, squeeze your glutes and hamstrings, and lift straight up into a bridge position, but your shoulder blades are still on the mat. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's do 10 of these. Trying to get the hamstrings and the glutes engaging and working. Last 5 like this. On this next one, on this last one, you're going to stay at the top. Try to keep the hips level with each other, but float one knee off the mat. We're going to tap down 5 times. 5. Mobilizing through the hip joint, stabilizing through the pelvis, working the glute on that side. Stay at the top after this next one. And then we're just going to tap the pelvis all the way down and up, pushing through that supporting heel so that you're really working the glute on that side. Okay, stay up at the next one and then roll down through your spine. Lower back touches, level the pelvis off, float that leg down. Alright, we've got the other side to do. So take a breath in, exhale, push yourself all the way up. Shoulder blades on the mat, hips stay level with each other, float one leg up and we tap down and up. Just doing 5 of these. Last one, stay up and then tap the pelvis down, push into the heel to lift up. So we're really working on that supporting glute, trying to keep the pelvis level, trying to keep the alignment of the knee, the hip, and the ankle on both sides. Last one coming up, and then roll down through the spine. All the way to the bottom, and float that leg down. Okay, so, just checking my little phone out. Straighten the legs along the floor. Take the arms overhead. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin. And then roll through your spine. All the way. And then have a little stretch at the top. Take a breath in. Exhale. Use your abdominals to curve the spine. Relax the shoulders, open the collarbones wide. And lower yourself slowly all the way down. Take the arms behind you. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod the chin. Head and shoulders come up. Push down into the floor to roll yourself all the way up. And reach forward. And roll yourself all the way down again. Let's do 2 more. Exhale it up. This really is a mobilization of the spine. Flexibility through the spine. But it's also some core control. Strengthening of the abdominals. Alright, on this next one, we're just going to turn over and lie down on your front. We're going to do some strengthening of the back, really important in cycling. So we're going to start off with our elbows ever so slightly in front of our shoulders, palms flat on the ground. And then you're just going to curve the spine, draw the abdominals in and look down towards your belly button, lengthening the back of the neck. Let's have an inhale here, and then I want you to reach through your chest. Chest comes forward between your arms, and shine your collarbones forward. So imagine you're on your bike. You want to be looking forward with your chest rather than with your neck. So keep the neck long and work that upper back to look forward, but don't drop into your lower back. Let's nod the chin and curve through the upper back. Take a deep inhale here. Keep the abdominals pulled in. On your exhale, start reaching your chest forwards. Keep the abdominals working so you don't drop into your lower back. Reach the chest forward, keep the back of the neck long. And we'll do that again. Dropping the chin, rounding through the upper back. And reaching the chest forward, length through the spine. I'm feeling like I'm slightly pulling with my forearms along the floor to help me get that extension through the upper back. Let's do one more of those. Rounding through the back. Good mobility through the thoracic spine, which we really need when we're cycling. We want to stabilise the lower back, and to stabilise the lumbar spine so we don't drop into it as we reach the chest forward. And then you're just going to drop yourself down onto your ankles. If you've got your band handy, you can do this next exercise with the band. So, lower your head down onto the mat, elbows bent, palms flat on the floor, and you're just going to draw the abdominals in, pubic bone stays down on the mat, and then reach the breastbone, reach the chest forward on an inhale, again working the upper back, keeping the back of the neck long. Exhale, lift the arms. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, open the band to the chest, lifting through the breastbone, reaching the breastbone forwards, and then just reach the arms forwards again, bending the elbows, lowering the arms, and lowering the head. So, abdominals are working really hard to support the lower back. We'll start with an inhale to reach the head and chest forward, and then just alternate the breaths. So we exhale as we lift, inhale, reach forward. Watch the back of the neck stays long, reach the chest forward, really working your upper back. Reach the arms forward, bend the elbows, and lower back down. I'm going to do 2 more of those. Abdominals working hard. If you can feel this in your lower back, it might be that you're coming up too high. So only come as high as you can, not feeling your lower back working too hard. Really, we're working on the upper back muscles. One more time. Inhale, reaching the chest forward. Lift the arms. Reach the arms forward. Really extend through the upper back. Engaging those upper back muscles. Slowly reach the arms forward. Bend the elbows and lower back down again. Okay, just take your legs a little bit wider and rotate the heels to face in, the toes to face out. Again, place your forehead down, place your hands on the mat. And this time we're going to inhale, lift the head first, work through the neck, reach the chest forward, so upper back work is done first, and then if it feels comfortable you can push into your hands a little bit and get the lower back involved in the extension, reaching the chest forward, using your abdominals to support the lower back. And when you're ready, roll back down. Lower back first, elbows touch, ribs touch, lengthen through the neck, head comes down last. Go to that 2 more times. Shoulders away from your ears. We're going to inhale, reach the head first, chest. Work through the upper back. Then start to straighten the arms. Draw the abdominals in. If this is too much on your lower back, don't come so high. When you're ready, reach forwards, lengthen the spine, elbows come down, ribs, and then slowly roll down. Head is the last to come down. Last one. Inhaling up. And when you're ready, lengthening the spine to come all the way down. Okay, take the arms long, the legs still in that slightly wide position. And again, working out the back muscles, reach the chest forward, but keep the lowest rib on the mat and the abdominals working to support the lower back. Lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and press the other ones down into the floor. And then switch. Press down into the floor, lift opposite arm, opposite leg. So here, we do that 2 more times slowly. Squeeze the glute to lift the leg rather than rotating the pelvis. Both hip bones should still be pressing into the floor. Right, we're going to do it a little bit faster now. You're going to lift your arms and legs off the mat using the abdominals while I just move my camera again. Long, deep breaths in and out, stretching out the back. And we're just going to finish with a little bit of kneeling. So draw your abdominals in, roll yourself all the way up with your head coming up last, and come on to your knees. Alright, so from here, we're just going to take one leg forward, okay, your ankle and your knee and your hip are in line, and then creep the toes forward and let your pelvis lean forwards to open up the front of the hip. With a lot of sitting, particularly being on the bike, you get very tight hip flexor. So we're just going to stretch that hip flexor and switch to the other side. You can stay as long as you need to in these stretches. And then thigh stretch, reaching the arms forward, drawing the abdominals in, and just leaning back until you feel a stretch in the thighs. Have a feeling my phone is going to cut off again in a second. We're in the last couple of stretches, so that's okay. One more time. And then also very important for cycling, if you have time, do a couple of little neck stretches. Take your ear over towards the shoulder, heel of the opposite hand